With all this violence happening, and especially around the people around Bobby Wine,
Mm.
do you think people will stop supporting him? Do you think people who are close to him now they'll back away in fear of their lives?
Mm. I think if that happens, it means Museveni or the person and the people who are controlling, ruling Ugandans with him, they would have won. That's what it means.
But it's human. It's human to fear for your life.
Yeah, like I've argued before, guys, if you've not watched our videos, previous videos, try to go through them. I don't remember which video I said it, that every Ugandan is as hopeless as Museveni. I want to start my argument with the same statement. That people backing off leaving Bobby Wine, isolating Bobby Wine, that's what exactly the government is trying to tell them. Today we've seen another Ashraf Security is also, his leg is broken. You understand? The other day, like a list of NRM of Bobby Wine close people, they have been affected. Just to tell those one who want to get close to him that don't dare. And those that are close to him that we warned you, maybe they have tried to bribe them and they have refused to abandon Bobby Wine. So they are trying to make Bobby Wine a bad business. They are trying to isolate him. They are trying to single him out. But I want to teach our security officers and those in government who thinks that they're running the government and those who are running the state. Before I go there, let me first teach you, our viewers. A state is the only organ. Okay, it has many definitions, for example, but I'll take this definition that a state is the only organization that has monopoly on tools of violence. Very true. The state includes the military, all the different types of ammunitions. They are entitled to that, but they are always fewer than the other people. And then the government consists of three arms that we usually study: the legislature, the judicially, and executive, where the president sits. But in our Uganda's constitution, a president is the head of both the government and the state. So is the commander in chief. He commands the state to keep on crumbling Ugandans the way they are doing. I just want to teach them one thing, that one of the greatest leaders the African community, the black nation, has seen, he was called Malcolm X. He told us that in one of his greatest speeches he made, but there's this catch one where he described a Negro that used to work on field and a Negro that used to work in the house. A Negro, or a slave that used to work in the house, felt like he's among the masters, like he's very close to the master. When the master gets sick, he will say, "We are sick." When the master's house gets burnt, he will say, "Our house is burnt." So he was literally portraying like he's one of them. Do you know why? And these were most of them, those who worked in the house were women. They used to eat leftovers and things like that. So they felt like, we are part of this house. And then there were those who used to work on the field, those who were beaten day and night. You understand, they never used to eat well. They could, like, they were portrayed like the real slaves. What a master used to do then is to use the house slave to spy on the field slave. When the field slave could say, "Let us run away," the house slave would say, "No, where do we go? This is the safest place." Literally, they could only see their master as the only place to go to. They were foolish somehow. But those ones at the field, they always wanted to run away. As they wanted to run away, because they were tired. Why am I using this example from Malcolm X's speeches? You, the security officers, you, the state, whoever you are, I want you to know that you are as slaves as those as you're beating. Because look at a normal Ugandan, the Ashraf you're shooting, the Frank you're killing, the Bobby Wine you're stressing, the whoever we don't know, those ones we know, you are also a slave because you don't know what is going on. You are just a house slave thinking that, okay, you're part of Museveni's government or his family. No, you're not. You're also seen as another Ugandan. That's why he used most of you and later you dumped. You know this? But it's just a human nature that we are so lazy to learn from the past. That's why up to today we're giving birth, because the painfulness that happens during birth, people would have stopped. But God is smart. He made sex so sweet. You can continue having sex with the current government because it feels so sweet. It is enjoyable. But there is that time when you have to give birth. That is when Ugandans are really tired, because every person you kill, every person you... I've seen many NUP cadres kidnapped. Others use them to be converting, like you pretend like they have converted to NRM. That is not the solution. NRM, you've taken NUP cadres that, okay, they are being converted. That is not the solution to the problems that Uganda is going through. Your dishonestness is reigning a country called Uganda. You may delay the change, but it will eventually happen. It's not going to take too long, like it took slaves 400 years in the United States to start even to fight for civil rights movement years later after other years, but it ended. Trust me, your reign, your regime is not going to go beyond your generation. That one is true, because even the people who possibly succeed from the generation within the NRM party, they are already hated people. You cannot treat fellow human beings like animals. You can say the words you say, the likes of Romushanas, and say you're happy when you see people like Frank being killed. It is okay, you can say such reckless statements. You can say such nonsensical statements. It's because now, today, you're kind of having sex, you're enjoying it. Time is coming. Because these people you're treating this way, they were born just like you. You were born. It's just that you are much lazier than we are, that you've refused to learn from history. You have deliberately refused because you have enough monies to buy books other people write. Like, learn from them. And also your conscience can tell you that what you are doing is wrong. But why do you choose to treat Ugandans like this? It is inhumane. The elections will come and go, but Uganda is going to remain, and the scars you're causing Ugandans, they are permanent.
But who's to blame? I mean, the policemen and women, they're just doing their job. Should we blame them?
The constitution of Uganda. Actually, even if I don't quote any constitutions, because this the human history have showed us that there is even constitutions like the apartheid constitution that prevented people, the black people, to pass in parts of their countries, not to go to certain schools. You understand, we had constitutions before in the United States where black people, just because they are black and they are slaves, they were not entitled to vote. They had to fight for that civil rights movement. One of the things they were fighting for is just to be able to cast a vote. You understand? To access a job. You understand? So constitutions, even if it was in the law that civilians are not supposed to participate in politics, I want to tell you, young men and women, you are holding the guns. Let me tell you, I don't remember who said that politicians are the entertainment wing of the army. So we know that, okay, you and the politicians, literally, you want to control the people. But eventually, anywhere in the world where these things happened, eventually people win. So the wrong people, they are those who do inhuman stuff. The human history has told us, the Bible has told us, there is no religion that tells even these kings, the Herodes that existed in the Bible, they show you that still they were punished by God. You understand? You can what was his name, when Moses tried to go and listen to God, he was delayed. What was the name of this? Aaron. He stayed there, and the people, the Israelites, were begging him, they made another god for themselves, and they were cursed. So people, these police officers, if they're making Museveni their god, trust me, they are going to be cursed by God, the God we do believe in, we as Africans, we as Ugandans.
But what should they do? I mean, assuming there's a policeman or woman out there who really believes in the struggle and they believe in Bobby Wine's message, but they can't. If they support him, they're going to lose their jobs. We have seen people work, like Ashraf, right? When he wanted to cover Bobby Wine in his stories, he lost jobs from the news houses that had employed him. So maybe it's also these police officers, they're in fear that if I stand for what I believe in, I'll lose my job.
Exactly, that is a very nice example. To our viewers, Ashraf, he has been Babuani's cameraman. Lately, he's been tear gassed, he's been chased from different media houses. His only crime was to cover what is going on in the NUP camp, and the government never wanted him to do that, because he even at once got a job in New Vision. He went to Ready Paper. His only crime, he went to CBS and other radio that are very powerful. His only crime was to cover Bobby Wine, to cover Honorable Chagulanyi. I think this young man, what he is teaching all of us, that be willing to leave something you may call good to go for something better. Because Ugandans deserves better. You are a policewoman, a policeman. Bobby Wine has identified only 47 pages, but one of the things he highlights in those 47 pages is that he's going to increase your salary because he knows you deserve better, right? From whatever they are getting to 1M to 1 million, and that is the starting salary that he argued, and he can show you where the money comes from. So, and the Constitution of Uganda also teaches you to keep law and order. Why do you disorganize people? That is the question. You do have common sense. If you, a policeman, your son, your daughter, you yourself, they just shoot at you at close range like a way they did to Ashraf, how would you feel? Because this is, let us even take about the jobs, the whatever they're doing. You understand? How much does a policeman earn in Uganda? How much does an officer earn, a lower rank? People are doing this. For example, that guy who allegedly shot, what is his name? Enoch, something like that. I've forgotten his name. We'll find his name, guys. All his pictures, we'll put them in this video. Who shot? How much does he earn to kill other people? It doesn't add up. No job. Your job is not to kill Ugandans. Even if you're an armed officer, your job is to guard the boundaries of Uganda to make it safe. But you're the one picking people because day in, day out, we hear ABCD is being picked from his house by who? By SFC, by military guys who are putting on layers. Like, where in the world? It is not about job. And to you Ugandans, let me first, I was thinking so much about this young man, Ashiraf Kasirye. Kasirye is barely 30 years, if he's old, right? He must be in his prime age, just like anyone is just done with studying. He wants a job to start even with his first house, his first home, his first everything. You understand? Maybe also think of marrying somebody. He did not have maybe even that much. You understand? He is willing to lose a job at New Vision, where all of us, most of us, could be like a dream come true. He lose another one in Red Paper. He lose another in somewhere in media related houses, the guys who sell the news to these other news outlets. He lose another one at CBS Radio of Uganda. We know how powerful CBS is because of one thing. He wanted better. So you, a Ugandan who's just so comfortable with something good, you are lying to yourself. You people in 40s and 50s, why are you? Because if those the Ashraf of this world of today, they are in 20s. Frank was just 25, right? These young men, they're saying, no, we're seeing what you guys. So literally they are trying to fight for their children and the next generations. You who is in 40s and 50s, what excuse are you giving us for not contributing? If a young man like Ashraf, a young man like Frank is willing to put his life online and say, this is something wrong, I've seen it and it is bad, how comes the older ones, they cannot see that is being unfair? We see our friends, our family members, they tell us, no, don't talk, they'll kill you. Let me tell you, in my family, I've buried a number of people. I've buried, just the other day, one of our classmates died. She died after giving birth. So you may think that we talk about these things as statistics. This young lady died. She was healthy, but it is related to pregnancy and things like that, because that is one of the 19 women that died 2 days ago. 19 women that died while giving birth. She died. She was just starting her life. She was barely 23. Now that is another life gone. You understand? So you people in 40s, 50s, there 60s, What are you going to tell us? Why you're not contributing to the struggle, to the love of your country? You are keeping quiet because you want to keep a UN job, you want to keep international organization job. You fear to comment about the politics of your country. Why? We all have dreams. We've been trying to talk to ourselves in darkness, and you say, okay, is this the right way? Let me tell you, whoever is watching this video, the only right way we're going to get better, we're going to have a better image. Like, if a country gets settled, all of us, whatever we're doing, will get something better than what we have. Trust me, from a border man to a master student like me, to a PhD, to a professor, we'll get something better. But that betterness, it must be a collective effort from all from all parts of Uganda, from all society groups, from all classes. We do not care whether you're a professor, as long as you're keeping quiet. You're betraying Ugandans. No matter whether you're working in Makerere, whether you're working in Oxford, as long as you have your heritage is from Uganda, you can afford to resign, just like this young man. You can afford. There were times when United States wanted people who can speak up, who can go and fight. World wars, they were there. There were times when in USA to be a president, they ask you, where were you? So even you are keeping quiet, we're going to ask your children and their children that where were you when we were chasing Museveni? What was your contribution? Are you understanding? So where were you? Where are you? Everyone you needed. Celebrities, you have you have a junk of followers. Speak the truth. If you fear death, and you love money, you cannot speak. But the moment you accept that I love money, but I can get more money in a better country, you won't be scared. If you know that death has to come your way, whether you like it or not, whether you speak or not, then no one is going to scare you. I raise my case. Hey guys, if you've managed to get this far in this video, please, we thank you for that. And we also say, can you please subscribe? Please subscribe to our channel so that you give us more energy to make videos like this. And please, we plan to get more programs and more people on this channel, but you have to give us that energy by subscribing. And near a subscription button, there is another arrow, which is a share button. Please, can you share our videos after watching?